Shalom family, this is Grammy Yah. I am coming once again, you guys. We are going to can some chickpeas. Yes, some people call them garbanzo beans, but it doesn't matter what you call them. Just don't call me late for dinner. I know I'm corny, but anyway, you guys, we are going to can some chickpeas today. We're going to pressure can them, okay? And today we will be using pint-sized jars, okay? Just regular amount pint-sized jars. And we're going to be using for our seasonings. This is onion powder, garlic powder, some sea salt. You can use sea salt, but this is the canning and pickling salt. But you can use the Himalayan sea salt, any type of salt except the table salt, okay? And I'm going to be using some smoked paprika. And I'm going to try my hand at using some vegetable broth. Remember in the last video, you don't even have to use broth, because in my last video, I was stating that you can just use water, but you can use beef broth, you can use chicken broth, you can use vegetable broth, or just water, okay? And today you would need the half a cup. Because we're working with pint-sized jars, we need the half a cup. And our measuring spoons, 1/2 teaspoon. We will need our debubbler, and we will need our jar lifter in a funnel. Okay? So here are the beans. This is a 2-pound pack of beans, you guys. So I really don't know how many jars it's going to give me. I've already washed these beans right here, and this is another 2 pounds. So I don't know if I need to open these later and wash them or not. But when you wash your beans, look out for things like this. See, we don't want that, okay? And you're going to notice too, when you wash your beans, that some of the skin will fall off the garbanzo beans. That's fine. That's fine. That's supposed to happen. Okay? So, hey, let's load up a couple of our beans. All right. Put it where you guys can see it. Okay. So, we're just going to take our funnel. And like I said, today we are using pint size. So, when you are working with pint size jars, we only need a half a cup. Only need a half a cup. Okay? Half a cup. And then we're going to take our measuring spoon, 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to go a half, well, I'm going to do a heaping 1/2 teaspoon because I like seasonings. That's the onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and the pickling canning salt. I will not do a heaping 1/2 teaspoon of the salt. I'm going to keep it right at a 1/2 teaspoon because we don't want our food too salty, because you can always add salt, but once you put that salt in and it's salty, it's almost impossible to get that salt out of there. Okay, so there's the 1/2 teaspoon of that. Like I said, I'm going to use vegetable broth today, and I'm just going to fill it to just over the beans. Okay, let's do it again. 1/2 teaspoon, heaping 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, heaping 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, heaping 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and just one level 1/2 teaspoon of the salt. Okay? We're going to pour our broth just over our beans. Okay? And now we're going to add our water. And we're going to add the water all the way up to the 1-inch headspace. the first line, you guys. The first line, okay? 1 inch headspace. That first line. Let me move these seasonings out the way. And now we are going to de-bubble. We're just going to just stir it around, just so it can get some of the air pockets out of the beans. And same with this. Same with this. And see, I see a bean. Oh, I thought that was a bean. That's my seasonings. I was getting ready to say, I see a bad bean. But that's my smoked paprika. Okay, so back over to here. Yes, so I did lose a little bit of the 1 inch headspace. So I'm just going to put a little bit water in it and just bring it back up. Okay? Now we're just going to take our paper towel and our vinegar. I always use vinegar, you guys, no matter what I'm working with. And so we just want to clean the top of our rims, you guys. And as you cleaning your jars, when you're washing them, just make sure you also check to make sure there's no nicks or any cracks as well. If you forget, you can check during this process right here. Okay? So that is it. So now we're just going to put our lids on it. And my water is room temperature, you guys. So guess what? My canner is going to be room temperature. And we're going to put this on fingertip tight. Just our fingertips. Just our fingertips, you guys. And let me tell you something else about Garbanzo beans. They make the best bean burgers, you guys. So if you going a little vegan or you going vegan, they make the best burgers, vegan burgers, along with kidney beans and pinto beans. But I found that the Garbanzo beans make the best beans, and you can make salads with these. I mean, you can do so much with Garbanzo beans, you guys, and it's high in fiber, and it is known to help cure cancers, and they're good for your heart. So let me get all these in my jars, you guys, and I'll bring you back when I get to the canner. All right, fam, I finally got all my jars filled with the chickpeas and the seasonings, and I wiped off the tops, and I add the veggie broth. But one thing I forgot to tell you is that I did not soak these beans. I took these beans right out of this package and cleaned them and put them in the jar. So I just want to let you know that, don't mind that, that's just a jar that fell. I just want to let you know that I did open up the other 2-pound pack, and I used just a pound out of it, okay? So all together, I used 3 pounds of chickpeas, okay? And it gave me 18 jars, all right? So I'm gonna load up these jars. And yeah, and so I just want to let you know that if you have a canner, a Presto 23 quart canner, you can buy the divider and you can double stack. You can double stack. Okay. I have 9 here, and I'm going to add 9 here. So let me just tell you something. This is just what the spices that I give you. This is just like my base. If you don't like smoked paprika, don't put it in there. If you have a season that you love, add it. Do not try smoked paprika if you never had it before. So I'm just letting you know, just add the stuff that you know. The smoked paprika, that is optional, okay? Let me just show you how beautiful it looks. All right, so I just want to show you, this is a quart jar, you guys. If you have a Presto 23 quart canner and you cannot see that line is very faint. You can fill this jar up 3 times, a quart size jar, 3 times, all the way up to the top. And this will take you where your line is, okay? I am working with room temperature water. My jars are room temperature. And let me get my lid. This is very important. Make sure that your pressure gauge is tight. Make sure your buttons go up and down. Make sure you can see through this vent pipe all the way through, okay? Turn it over. Hold this button right here and make sure that you cannot move it. That is tight. Make sure your rubber gasket seal is up in there. Good, okay? Because your canner will not come up to pressure. All right, put my top on, close it up, turn my heat on high. Make sure your canner is in the middle of your eye. Okay, got my heat on high. Now, what I'm going to do is, once this vent pipe right here starts to shoot steam, steady for 10 minutes, I'll bring you back. Why you guys didn't tell me I forgot my vinegar? That is one of my biggest problems, you guys. I am going to put about 2 tablespoons of vinegar in here, you guys, because my water is hard, okay? I'll bring you back when this starts to shoot steam for 10 minutes. All right, fam, this has been shooting steam steady. You see that steam? For 10 minutes, okay? Now I will put my weight regulator on it. Now my button has popped up. If you have the Presto 23 quart canner and you see steam spewing from it, don't get alarmed. I got my weight regulator on it. And now for my elevation, I need for it to come up to 10 pounds of pressure. If you do not know your elevation, just Google it. Okay, with the Presto 23 quart canner, for my stove, it takes between 8 to 9 minutes for it to come up to pressure, come up to 10, okay? This button is up, that means my canner is locked. I cannot open this canner even if I wanted to. So, let me tell you why I put the vinegar in my water. If this is your first time watching Grammy Yah can. The reason why I put the vinegar in my canner, because I have hard water, and with my hard water, by me adding the vinegar, that makes my jars come out less cloudy. Because I forgot to put the vinegar in at one point, and my jars came out really cloudy and I had to scrub them, okay? So if you're brand new, that is why I put the vinegar in my canner. And if you're new, make sure you hit that subscription button. And all my previous subscribers, hit that like button and share it. And everyone, hit that notification bell, because when I upload, you will be the first to know. Once this come up to 10, I will bring you back. All right, fam, I am at 10 pounds of pressure. I will dial my heat back. I will now set my timer for 75 minutes because I am working with pint-sized jars. All right, family, my canner has come down from pressure. I will remove the weight regulator. My canner's been sitting here probably about 10 to 15 minutes. My button has dropped. I didn't rush to come to get my jars out. Sometimes you just let it rest. Okay, now I am going to unlock my canner and I will open my canner away from me. Always away from you guys, because you can burn your face with the steam. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it up and let it back down. Did you see all that steam and water fell down from the top? Oh, you guys, these beans smell so good, so good. So now I am going to lift off my lid and I'm going to take it to the sink away from me. Oh my goodness, you guys, these beans smell so good. I'm not going to bore you taking out all 18 jars. Here we go. Look at that. Gorgeous. Oh, you guys, they look so delicious. Let me just show you. Look at that. And this is the bean. Before process, it doubled or even tripled the size. No need to pre-soak. You guys, you don't have to pre-soak. Now that these beans are processed, you can make hummus. Yes, I know a lot of people like the hummus, the burgers, patties. The sky is the limit. They are ready. Or guess what? Did you hear that? Guess what? You can just eat them right out of the jar. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. They just popping. I want to keep you here. They just popping. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.